Good morning to all. Welcome to the E-class of DePaul School, Baripada. Good morning, children. How are you all, children? I am sure you are fine at home, children. Excuse me. Today, I, Tapas sir, going to teach you value education for class 4 students. Today's lesson is a last lesson for your value education course. Lesson number 12. Today's lesson is lesson number 12. Let's see the lesson. Precious mother means valuable mother. Mother is the most valuable thing or the costliest thing in this universe for a child. So, let's start the story. Joel's mother was a constant source of embarrassment for him. The little boy's father had died when he was very young. His mother was the only person he could call his family, yet he never felt the attachment that a child normally feels for his mother. The reason for his dislike was that his mother had only one eye. They did not have much money, and Joel's mother had to work very hard to bring him up. So Joel mother was very embraced for Joel because everybody criticized his mother, even his friend circle and outside his school, in outside his house. His mother single-handedly brought him up because when he was very small, his father died, and being a single mother, she had to do a lot of hardship to bring Joel up for his upbringing. She used to work day and night, but Joel had no attachment with his mother. Like we generally children have attachment with their mother. Joel didn't had any attachment with his mother. The reason behind it was his mother had only one eye. This thing made him a topic of laugh in front of his friend. Hard to bring him up with only one eye that she had. She worked 15 hours a day in a local factory to make two ends meet. She was by now means an ugly looking woman, but Joel always thought God had been very unkind to him in giving a mother that he was not at all good, proud of. Means she used to work hard day and night in a factory 15 hours continuously to have their life in a proper way, to lead their life in a proper way. She was not at all bad looking or ugly looking lady, but Joel always had a bad feeling or inferiority feeling about his mother, that she was not at all a good looking lady, and he had always complained to God that why you have given such a mother to me whom I never feel proud of. His friend often teased him for being the son of a one-eyed woman. He felt enraged and wanted to hit them, but also thought what his friend said was not untrue. He controlled his anger but hated his mother more. Joel sometimes thought of running away from his mother and wished that his mother would go somewhere, but that never happened. The more he wanted to be away, her more he came closer. She loved him a lot and tried to be as close to him as he could, to take the best care of him within his limited means. His friend always teased him, saying about something or other about his mother. Sometimes he gets angry, and the next time he used to think that no, my friends are not at all wrong, they are right. Why my mother will look so ugly, not deserve to be mother of child like me. Sometimes he thought, I will run away from this house, I will not stay with my mother. The other time he used to think, let my mother go somewhere, she will not come to this house, I will stay alone. But his mother used to always think about him, about his uh, food, clothing, schooling, everything that she could do best for her child. So she used to stay close to his son so that there should not be any problem for him. One day there was a function in Joel's school for which parents uh, of all the students had been invited. Every other child was happily and proudly introducing his or her mother father to other children, but Joel was praying to God that his mother could not come. But she did manage to come to the school with her one eye and embrace him. Some children laughed at him on his face while others made fun of him behind his back. Joel felt extremely ashamed of his mother and his life. When they came home, he plainly told his mother, why did you have to come at all? Why did do you always make me a laughing stock before everyone? Why are you alive? Why do you not join my father in death and vanish from my life? One day, a function was there in Joel's school. Every parents were invited for the function. Joel's mother also find out time to go to the function. When she reached to the function, it was a uh, topic of discussion for his friend that they used to laugh at Joel in front of him. They used to make faces behind him. They used to say something bad about his mother, which made Joel more angry about his mother. And when after the function they went back to home, Joel went and to home and told to his mother, "Mummy, why you came to the function? I told you not to come to the function. Why you came? If you came also, why you have not? Why you came in front of others? You could have hide yourself somewhere else and have watched the function. If when you came, the children, the friend, they are making fun of you. They are saying something bad about it and laughing in front of me, and which I felt very ashamed. And why you are alive now? Why you have not gone with my father when he was dead? My life would have been something else now if you were not in my life. This type of thing he told to his mother when she went back to her home after the function, which was a very bad thing about a child to say about any mother, because we should have respect for our mother in our heart. We should not give respect only by seeing the facial expressions or beauty of somebody else. We should see the heart, or especially mother's heart is most purest heart for a child. So, but Joel that time didn't understood it. He didn't waste time to insult his mother in this way or other. Anytime he found something bad, he starts to scold his mother. Joel's mother did not say anything. His anger Joel mother, and he went to his bed huffing and puffing. When he woke up in the middle of the night and went to the kitchen to get a glass of water, he could hear some faint sound of snob. He realized his mother was snobbing but he did not care. He did not feel guilty for treating her badly. He said to himself, "Sir, serves her right. She deserved every word of what I said." A few years later, after completing his school, he slipped out of his home without telling his mother. He went to a big city and tried to get a admission. Jewel mother felt very bad after hearing from his son so much harsh word about her. She, after saying, Jewel went back to his bed and slept in anger. In the middle of the night, when Jewel got up to drink water, he went to the kitchen room. She heard that her mother was sobbing, means she was crying very badly. Jewel heard this. He knew that whatever he told to his mother, her mother felt bad about it and she was crying. Then also he said to himself that whatever I have told to my mother, it is right and she deserves those things. So I am not at all guilty. Whatever fault I have told to my mother is because she is having those faults. So I told to her, and she should let her cry in the room. I will not going to ask anything about the reason why she was crying. A few years later, after completing his school, he slipped out of his home without telling his mother. He went to a big city and tried to get an admission. Means after completing his school without his mother's consent, he left the house and went to a big city and took admission to a reputed college. Since he was a good student and had scored well in his school, he got admission with a scholarship. He worked very hard on his studies and made sure he kept no contact with his mother anymore. After his studies, he succeeded in securing a well-paid job in a big company and settled in the big same city. Now he was a respected man and had a nice household, but he had not seen or spoken to his mother for years. His mother, now an old lady, came to visit him one day, but he refused to recognize him. I don't know who are you, and I don't entertain unknown guests. Never come back to this place again, he said to her. The mother did not complain. She returned quietly. After getting admission in a big reputed college, he, being a good student, he got their admission and got scholarship for his studies. He day and night worked hard and he passed out with a good result, and simultaneously he got a job in that city only with a good amount of salary. He thought of settling in that same city, but he always had a clear cut idea that he is not going to have any contact with his mother. So he used to always keep himself away from his mother so that she will not reach to him. But mother is mother. Anyhow, she got the address of his son and went to meet his son to that city. But Jewel ignored her, saying, I don't know you, why you came here, and I never give any respect to unknown guest. You please go from away, go from here, and never in future also return back to this place. The mother did not complain. She returned quietly. As we know, mother hardly complain about any thing to their children. They always think that the children remain happily and they progress in life. She came back to her home. A few days later, Joel happened to visit his old town for some work. Out of sheer curiosity, he went to the place where he had lived as a child with his mother. She was not there and the house was locked. He did not feel like asking anyone and was about to return when he saw a piece of paper stuck in the latch of the main door. When he looked carefully, he found that it was a letter addressed to him. So he began reading. Means for some work, one day he got a chance to go to that village where he had his childhood with his mother, but he never told her mother that he was going to that village. That he, out of curiosity, want to know how now at present his house looked like. He went to his house, but he found that the door of the house was closed, and he never took any pain to know where his mother gone. But when he was returning back from his house, he saw one paper was attached to the latch. Latch, you can know, the handle of the door. There a letter was there. He took that letter and so that his name was written on that letter, means the letter was for him only. And so he started reading the letter. My dear son, I might be dead when you see this letter, but I have no regret. I visit your home in the city and so that you had become a big and prosperous man. That was all that I had wanted to see. I am sorry for embracing you. I know you were unhappy as a child because you were ashamed of me, but that never saddened me. Every time you complained, I thought it was better that you were ashamed of me and not ashamed of yourself. As a toddler, uh, you had lost one of your eye in the accident. So I gave one of my own eye to ensure my son had two good eyes to see the beautiful world. With stay blessed always, yours mom Jewel. Could not stop his ears. The letter was really painful, children. You please listen now. My dear son, she addressed to her son Joel. I might be dead when you see this letter. Means when you will read this letter, I am sure I will be not there. I would have been dead and died that time. But I have no regret. I visit your home in this city and so that you had become a great, big and prosperous man. She wrote in the letter that, oh, I went to your house in that big house in the city, and I saw that you have become a very successful person, a big and rich man. I know you were unhappy as a child because you were ashamed of me. She also wrote in the letter that in your childhood you were very ashamed of me because I was having one eye. I know that thing, but that never saddened me. But I was never unhappy why you were ashamed of me. Every time you complained, I thought it was better that you were ashamed of me and not ashamed of yourself. So whenever you come with a complaint about your friend who uh, says something about me and you come to me to complain about those things, I always took it positively because I knew that you should feel ashamed of me, and I never thought that you should feel ashamed of yourself. So I didn't told you the reason behind my one eye. As a toddler, means when you were very small, you had lost one of your eye in an accident. When you were you were very small that time, you had an accident and you lost one of your eye. So I gave one of my own eye to ensure my sons had two good eyes. She told, when in that accident you lost one of your eye, then I took initiative and gave one of my eye to you so that my son will see this beautiful eye, beautiful world with his two eyes. Stay blessed always. My blessings are always with you, my child. Stay blessed. Your mom, Joel could not stop his means after reading this letter, Joel felt ashamed of himself that how badly he behaved with his mother whole life from his childhood till now. And after his after her death, he came to know the reason behind his one eye of her mother, of his mother. Joel was very ashamed that even though he told so bad about his mother appearance, beauty, ugliness, uh, she never in return told this incident why she had one eye. It is for him only she gave up one of his eye and became ugly. For him, she was ugly, but for all for all human being, for all mother, it is a gift to their child that a mother can only do. In no other relation you will find that if a person will give up one of his or her eye for her child's future. Only mother can do this great thing, and so by reading this letter, Joel felt very ashamed of himself, and and he could not ask sorry for this his behavior, because his mother was no more with him; she was already died. Children, this is the story, and very touching stories, children. The lesson we got from this story is that we should always respect our parents, especially our mother, who have given us life, who has shown us this world. Whatever relation, whatever friends, whatever beauty about this world, life you are having, only because your mother gave birth to you. So you should always respect him, so respect her. You should not find out fault in her. It is not the duty of a child to find out fault in mother or parents. We should have respect, whatever God has given, however your parents look, it doesn't matter that you should make judgment on it. It is God gives, and we should accept it happily. Then only we will have respect for others, then only we will have a good and beautiful life to lead. Children, very beautiful story, very nice message only from this story. Please listen whatever I said in this video,